Hello. So I was reading another article about the penny, Penny, and this is the sign for penny. So you just have your hand. People want to do that for smart, but if you did like 5 cents, 10 cents, and this is a penny, right? Because it's just one. So this is cent, C-E-N-T, not cents, S-E-N-S-E, but this is cent, C-E-N-T. So this is 1 cent. 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. And so they were talking about, what are they going to do with pennies? Because they're going to stop making the pennies. And so if you have pennies, what do you do with them? Some people would like save them and then like take it to one of those machines or the bank, and then they would have it converted into money. So you can still do that. So you can but they're saying, over time, some places we're going to stop accepting pennies. So you can save it for a little bit of time, but not forever. So if you have them now, they said to do it and take it to the machine and change it, or to go to the bank. And the second thing is maybe to donate it, because they can do that now. So if you have a lot, like in a jar, whatever, you were saving it up or whatever, you could do that. But they said to do that now. And so if you have a rare penny, like if it's a wheat on the back of it, it could, give you some more, money. They said most of the rare ones are not in circulation. So circulation, like if I had blood circulation, it would be, it'd be like blood circulation or hormones. But this circulation is more of money wise, right? Money. This is to spend it or to trade it. So in circulation. So they were saying that there's some other things that you can do if you have some like leftover pennies. I mean, not a lot, right? I've seen people like make floors from pennies on the internet, but they were saying some uses that you could, have that for, other than donating it or going ahead and, putting it into the machine or the bank to get, dollar bills from that. So they have a list. And so some of them are kind of fun, and some you have, probably had not thought about before. But they said, of course, if you have like a screw, so you have a screwdriver, and then, you put the penny in there so you can move it. If you don't have a screwdriver, you could do that. Or if you have some drapes and they're not hanging at the bottom really straight, you can put some pennies in there and inside the hem. You sew them in there and they will hang straight. You can do that. Or like if this is the summertime, so if you're camping, if you put your pennies in a baggie with water, and you have several of the pennies, and then you put it where the sun is going to kind of reflect on it, then the bugs, they will actually skedaddle out of there, because they said it's the reflection that really causes them to leave, right? So so those are some things. And then let me pull that article up. Let me see what else I'm missing, because there were some fun things that you could do with it. So they said that if you have a coffee pot and it looks like it's still kind of dirty, even though you've cleaned it and scrubbed it, you can put some pennies in there, several of them. So you do it more than once if it's more than one penny, and then you kind of wash it, and then you kind of pour them out, and then you have a clean coffee pot. Also, if you have a rug, this is the sign for carpet or rug, and I don't know if people use it anymore, but you could spell rug as a short word. And if you have something there and it's not all fluffy and everything, that you could kind of scrape it up, whatever, you could use your penny for that instead of some other kind of other utensil that's not going to bother it. So you can also, if your table or your chair is not if it's wobbly, if it's not just completely straight, you can put your pennies underneath the leg, and then it will be, even, it'll be straight. Then they said, let me see, there was one more that it was, they said that, like, if on your prescription bottle and you can't get it open, they said that you could, like, you're trying to get it, you push down and you're trying to turn it or whatever, but they're saying that penny, because it's metal, that you can get underneath there and push it up, and it will kind of get rid of all that. I mean, you can open it easier. So they have, like, this list of things you can do with pennies. So, kind of think about it. I don't like pennies because it just kind of sits in my purse and it makes it heavy. So I'll give them to my husband, and then he can spend it, or add it up with his other change. Now, people are kind of concerned. It's like, well, if we don't have pennies, are the prices going to increase? And it could. They said that people could round up or round down. So, I think that that's kind of an English phrase, to round up or round down. And I've done that before. I think people understand that, and if they don't, you can say, well, they can increase it until it equals to, like, a nickel. Or you can say they're going to decrease it until it's, zero, whatever. But so many people use their debit card, and remember, we could use the old-fashioned card, the one that you put in the machine, the one you swipe, or the one you tap. So people are kind of using tap because you tap your card on everything. So they may raise the prices if people are going to just be using, change. They may increase it. And they said some may decrease it. And it's by 5 cents. But, 5 cents, it, adds up, right? So, but they're saying if people use their card, then it really won't impact it on price if they keep that, 9.02 or it's 11.04 or whatever. But it could possibly, cause it to increase just a little bit, or it could decrease it. So the people who have the stores, or or if it's like a wholesale, they have an option to decide if they want to round up. That's kind of fun. So you rounding up or rounding down. I like those fun signs, right? So to increase it until it's zero, or decrease it until it's zero, right? So, or, it has 5 cents on it. So they can increase it until it's 5 cents. So, you have to, or if it's, when you go to the store and you say it's $11.99, they may have it $12, but, so we can expect that, but it will take a little bit of time. But they said if you save up your pennies, like, people do that in a jar, and they save it up, like, for a vacation or to buy something or whatever, to go ahead and take that money to those vending machines, Coinstar, or to the bank, and to do that just in case, because you don't want to go to a store and they're not accepting it anymore, and you're going, what do I do now? So that's the option too, is if they accept it or they don't. Or maybe they say, oh, we accept it if you pay by card, and we don't if you pay in cash, and then it's going to be increased too. They'll have those choices. So that's good that they will have the choices. So now you know what to do with your pennies around your house. So have fun and discuss it with your friends, and I'll see you later. Bye.